Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at MacBook Air 2020 with the M1 chip, and I'm going to give you some of my top reasons to buy this laptop. First reason is that M1 CPU. Now, if you never use a MacBook or iPad device with the M1 chip, you really miss it out. M1 chip is just super fast, it's a workhorse. It has 8-core CPU with 4 performance cores and 4 efficiency cores. It has 7-core GPU, 16-core neural engine. Now that sounds like a lot of tech stuff, but trust me on this CPU will just go through everything I throw at it. I did a lot of videos, I did a lot of open tabs, a lot of browsing, a lot of editing. A lot of stuff just was super fast and super smooth. It wasn't even fair towards the chip because I feel like the chip could do even more. So my second top reason to buy this is the actual screen. We have the 13.3-inch LED backlit display with IPS technology, 2560 by 1680 resolution and 227 pixels. Now the screen itself is super gorgeous, and let me bump up the brightness a bit. And look at that, it has 400 nits of brightness. So most times, honestly, I use it at 20-30% during the day. And it has really good viewing angles. Unless you have something bright inside the room, then it will, as you guys can see, for example, my balcony light coming from the outside. But if the room is darker, it has beautiful, beautiful viewing angles. Third top reason to buy this MacBook is the battery. You will probably get the best battery on the laptop on this. You get around, from my experience, I was getting between 15 to 18 hours of battery life, which is just insane. Sometimes I would just keep it on for days, and honestly, I would forget about it. I would do a little bit browsing this or that, then I would leave it on my table, go do some other stuff, come back, and it would just be on for days before I have to charge it. Now, when it comes to the expansion ports, it does have 2 ports on the left side. We have the headphone jack on the right side, but on the left side, we do have 2 USB-C or Thunderbolt 4 or USB 4, whatever you want to call them. So you can connect a display or something else to it. Now, the next thing I love about this MacBook is the actual Touch ID. It makes life so much more easier. So for example, if you're buying stuff online, you download the apps, just when you start it up, you don't have to enter your password. All you have to do is just press your finger on the Touch ID and it opens it up immediately. So that's really a lifesaver. I love that they included that. Now, while we're talking about the keyboard, we do have the backlit keyboard. Now this keyboard gets very, very bright. You can actually lower the brightness. You can turn off the keyboard, or you can increase the brightness. I keep it usually at 50%. Now the keyboard itself, it's a pleasure to use. The best keyboard that I ever used on a laptop. It's a pleasure to write on this. I do a lot of writing. This is just amazing keyboard. While we're here, let's talk about the trackpad. Now the trackpad is very, very large. We're looking at 8 full fingers of my hand, so it's very large. But when it comes to the trackpad, it's funny because you don't appreciate how good the trackpad is until you go to a little bit cheaper or a Windows laptop, and then you mess around with that trackpad. And especially since I do a lot of Chromebooks and I use that trackpad, and then once, for example, if I'm using this one and then go to Chromebook, nothing really compares. It's really night and day. The trackpad and keyboard are really a top notch, the best you can get on a laptop. So these are my top reasons to buy MacBook Air with the M1 chip. Thank you guys for watching.